Hello everyone and welcome to QuicksaveTV, your #1 source for Skyrim coverage on YouTube. Today we're not gonna take a look at the tutorial, instead we're gonna play a little bit of playthrough, a little bit of discussion of Skyrim. Currently I am at the Bleak Falls Sanctum. I'm somewhere in the middle, I'm not in the beginning, so don't expect much of a tutorials or... Well, actually I will try to give you some tips, maybe give you some of my opinion on the game itself. I just recently got to the level 81. Not exactly recently, but yeah, it's like 3 days ago. The point is that I finished the game as... I didn't finish the game, I got level 81. I scored level 81 as a... some kind of an archer assassin that would be built. Right now I use a lot of different mods in order to bear, butterfly, and an owl. Okay. Butterfly and owl. I think it's gonna be appropriate. Bear, butterfly. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I've been playing the game in kind of a freestyle in order just to find out everything, how everything works, and how the skills operate, what seems strong, what seems rather very weak, and it's been a lot of fun. Skyrim as such is a very interesting game. I remember more than a month ago I made the Skyrim announcement, which was really nothing else but a little bit of my impressions of the upcoming Skyrim, what I would expect from a game, what I wanted to see, whether or not it will be implemented or not. And I think pretty much Skyrim had not failed our expectations, at least my expectation. It did not fail my expectations, what I wanted to see from the game, what I expected. Although it is buggy, yes, let's not say it's a little bit buggy, it actually is very buggy, right? Some parts of the game just don't work properly. It's just the beginning, it's just a start. Okay, don't think that the game will remain like this. Just think of Oblivion, think of Fallout. Remember what the modding community did? Well, it did everything. It fixed the remaining bugs, it improved the amount of weaponry you could select from, it added so much, so many things. It's just, whenever you would install one major mod, it just seems that you're playing a new game. It's so much fun, it's unbelievable, right? And now thinking back about it, it just seems that's the strength of a game based on the Elder Scrolls engine, the creation engine, or how they call it, right? It really is a creation. It allows so many people, whoever wants to do anything with the game, they can do that. They're not restricted, and I think I'm gonna die in this fight. I'll try not to. I don't know how much you're gonna live in this fight. Perfect time to retreat a little bit. Yeah, that's the playthrough on Master's difficulty, so don't misunderstand. Don't expect to be too, like, unbelievably fun. It's more of a tactical exploiting combat because... Oh yes, because it's very hard, alright? Let it not fool you. So as you see, as I said, today's 8th of December, and I'm actually just uploading a lot of videos right now after a break. I had some major issues with my software and I had to fix them. I fixed them, I screwed up, I fixed them. I just now upload the things, and now that I have a moment, right, not the computer is free doing things, I can play a little bit of the game, right, which I like very much, and I can actually talk a little bit about the game. You know, finally I have this opportunity. And before majorly the content I was making was mostly about tutorials. I wanted to let you have most of the people who subscribed me, they subscribed to me because of Skyrim tutorials, because of Skyrim coverage. And I thank you very much, all of you, for your support. It's been a gigantic support and it's very important for me. You cannot fathom how important it is to me. Really. It means a lot to me. Every comment you leave on my channel, on my comments of the every video, I'm trying to answer. I'm relying majorly on my Gmail account for that, right? The emails I get, I just go ahead and answer them as much as I can. That's the idea. Sometimes I didn't receive the emails, which would tell me about the incoming messages. For some reason, I cannot understand why. For some reason, as I was not familiar very much, not I'm still not very familiar with YouTube. Let's drop the trash talking. Sometimes the comments would be flagged as spam. Your comments, the actually very nice, interesting comments, for some reason they would be flagged as spam. It seems that someone has been being an ass and just marked your comments as spam for no really reason. There was no apparent reason to do that, and it just felt stupid, right? Or just the system automatically decided that these comments would be spam, which is again really disappointing. If you ask me why am I running around like an idiot, I'm gonna answer I am searching for the third chest, right? And it's somewhere here. That's right. That is the chest. Alright. So as you can see, I'm using a heavily modded game and I lost my train of thought, what I was talking about. Yes, your comments, your support, your subscription, you subscribing to my channel. It's a gigantic support of my work, and although my channel is still very small and it's not very popular, this 272 people that subscribe to me up until this moment, I value you very much, right? And I want to hear every comment, every little bit of opinion, to see the whole picture. How do you see my channel? What would you like to see updated? Which content would you like to see more? What you feel that I should improve on, and so on. It's very important for me. So don't feel that you shouldn't be part of it, that you shouldn't comment on what you like, dislike. Go ahead and, share your thoughts and opinions. It's very important. It's very nice also because you can see what other people think about the same issues, about the same ideas, and it's just overall very nice. A little hint for you about Skyrim: as the loading screen, as you see loading screen, during it you can just hold your left mouse button, and by moving it to the left, to the right, and forward, backwards, you can zoom in, zoom out, and rotate the picture, the 3D model, right in front of you. It's very nice, very interesting, and you can also see that some modded things here, such as the clock, such as the level percentage showing the different font, right? All of these things you can find on Skyrim Nexus, and I'm trying to cover the modding as much as I can. I probably should do more, but I was focusing on tutorials. Yes, I have an excuse. I have an excuse for everything, right? Even for my poor English. Right, so, yes. What were we talking about? Perfect. Yeah, loading screen, your support. Yes, it's very, very, very important for me. I've been experimenting with different video quality in order to offer you the balance of quality and speed at which I would be able to pump out content, because in the beginning with my first videos, and in general with my videos, it was very hard for me to figure out what should I select, how do I select in which quantities do I select the quality and speed, because if you select too high quality, the speed suffers because of that. You cannot upload it too fast. In my case, it's just, my internet providers here in Greece are being asses actually, and they do not provide me with enough speed to upload. They provide me with only 70 kilobytes per second, which is, just think of that. It's just very stupid. I remember my internet back in Russia, and it was so much faster. It was 1 megabyte download speed, and it was about 6 megabytes upload. So if I would wanted to do that in Russia, this QuicksaveTV project, I would be able to do it with these. Just gonna go ahead and miss. Wow, what a lag! Did you see that? The arrow actually moved like 3 seconds after I released it, but I'm still gonna catch this fox if I'm able to do that without. Yeah, I'll take the dragonfly, which also flew away. It feels so bad. Come over here, come over here. Yes. I also got something useful from this. So yeah, we just finished the Bleak Falls Barrow, and now we're just gonna go ahead and explore things all around the place. We're gonna cross the river, maybe find something interesting in here. Why don't we just... Yeah, we're actually gonna go ahead and turn around and go here. So as you see, as I said on one of the replies to the comments, I think on illusion in detail, I stated that I use the axe and the shield, right? And I use the bow whenever the opportunity arises. So I don't focus so much on the bow. This class I actually call the archer. Why do I call the archer? Because it feels to me that an archer should be proficient in both close combat and ranged combat. An archer as a class is not a scout or a hunter or a witch hunter, which would rely, logically would rely on light armor. You would be able to argue that I should actually use light armor, but I don't see one reason to use light armor. It is much easier to improve than the heavier armor, and you are quick on your feet. You don't spend too much stamina as you sprint, which is not the case with the heavy armor. Sprinting is very difficult with the heavy armor equipped because of the consumption. So when I would be able to run, let's say, for 10 consequent seconds without heavy armor, with light armor, or with no armor at all, I can run about 2-3 seconds with a heavy armor. So you can imagine the difference. I do expect from the perks in Heavy Armor 3 to be able to lift these issues, but I don't know how good it will work out. So yeah, that's the thing. Also, just today there has been new patch for Skyrim called, the number 1.3, and it doesn't really fixes any major things, but I like the promise for the next patch, which gonna work majorly on, I don't think I should step on this, which will fix something very important for PC users. Finally, we will be able to use, it doesn't seem to work, I'll just go ahead and use some magic. Distraction flames. Alright, done. Disarmed, right? So yeah, it will add the support for 4 gigabytes, because as of now, the Skyrim only seems to be using very small amount of the actual memory on the computer. And if it's gonna use all 4 gigabytes, it also means for anyone who has very strong computers, we're talking about 16 gigabytes and so on, you will be able to use very, very strong and intense modifications without being afraid that your game will fall on you. And in general, it means also that the game will perform much better on stronger machines, which is only logical. It seems very strange how Skyrim is kinda capped on 1 gigabyte, and it feels like, what was the point? Okay, I'm gonna give a little bit of tutorial right now. You see this chest? You see this little line? Whenever you see the chest which is not locked, just go ahead and check around it for this little trigger trap trigger. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock it. Yeah, don't say it's illogical, it is, but the idea is that you don't have to miss this opportunity to improve your picklocking skill and, not to get hurt. It's only logical to go ahead and check for different traps. Now that we disarmed it and increased our lockpicking skill, let's go ahead and pick up the valuables. Perfect. Alright. Well, now that we're done with this, let's just go ahead and pick up the mushrooms. I hope it's not very boring to watch. I have absolutely no idea, as I'm not really focusing on doing something specific. I hope it's interesting for you to watch. Right now it's going to be a really difficult fight. I hope I will be able to overcome the enemy now. I'm gonna now abuse a little bit in order to get this additional free hits. All I want to do is get some free hits on this necromancer. Yes, notice how sneaking can be improved even without actually moving. So you don't need to move around with, chaotic movements. There's no reason for that. Just stay and try to stay hidden. It's very difficult in the beginning, but you'll get used to that. Okay, one of the minions down. Is he coming? Yes, he is. He's over there. Not very close. I should probably use another sneak shot, and after that I can go ahead all in and just attack. No, there's no one here. Just me trying to kill you. Oh yes! How good does it feel? Oh god. Just to be really careful with this. Oh my god, he's so strong. He's also slowing down! Okay. I like this feeling in Skyrim, unlike in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Enemies not necessarily equipped better than you, they are just better than you. That's the idea. On Master's difficulty, you feel that many enemies are actually stronger than you, and in killing them you overcome these challenges. It's not that they have imbalanced equipment which makes them so strong. It's their skill, right? He's not equipped in anything very strong, but as I am still weak, I'm just level 3. He's a very tough opponent for me. Notice how there's a lot of tactical play going on. I cannot just go ahead and charge into him. I'm really not sure if I will be able to do that. I will actually charge, try like this, if it works or not. I'm trying to dodge his attacks because they deal enough damage to kill me, to deal sufficient damage. And now that he doesn't have enough mana, I'm just gonna go ahead and use it against him. And that is the victory. Notice how I don't know personally who's watching it right now, right? I will refer to you as you, right? Basically, do you, whether or not you like difficult kind of play, that's the situations I'm putting myself into. I like when the game challenges me a lot. It seems more interesting for me. But regardless, if you want the challenge or if you don't want the challenge, the not challenging experience in Skyrim can be very, very interesting, because just because of the way game operates. There's so much focus on exploration and the playing the way you want to play. It just, I mean, the complaints I usually rise, I mean, issues in Skyrim, I believe, are issues, right, about the leveling system, about the economical system. Most people don't even notice these things just because they don't really care, because the game is awesome, right? I mean, they would just probably think that I'm being an ass, being overly worrying about things which are not so important, right? But the way I see it is that every player, every kind of player, the hardcore player, the average casual player, or just a player who wants a balance of this and that, will be able to find interesting things in Skyrim for himself or herself because of the way game operates. Conjuration increased. I'm just gathering the books for in order to in the future make some additional lore videos. It's probably it's my favorite, in all honesty. It wasn't really popular up until now that I got this subscription base of 272. Thank you guys, I love you all very much. And after that, it seems that people started watching it, started picking up and watching it, and it's probably my favorite series, right? Of what I'm doing, of things I'm doing, it's my favorite series because it's just awesome. It's so interesting to find out about the lore in the game, isn't it? And it seems like the only reasonable, not reasonable, how should I put it? It seems only logical when you play the game and you explore things. I mean, when I was playing Oblivion as a kid, I would just stop and read the books, right? Read the lore books. It was just so interesting for me. And I was playing, I remember in the Russian language, it was a localized version of the game, and then I got my hands on English one, and I just I was really, really happy, and I was just doing it a lot, and I was just staying and trying to read these books with my poor knowledge of English, right, as much as I could understand them. Excuse me for that, I'm just gonna go ahead and open the door. And it was very interesting. And the idea is that when you like the game you're playing, it seems interesting. It's also very interesting for you to find out about the game lore. It's very, very interesting because the game lore as such is what keeps the world together. And when the books in the game, when the dialogues in the game are very well written, you can actually just go ahead and immerse into that with your whole head and just read these things, listen to dialogues, just enjoy the game, not just in the meaning of, oh, this game has nice animation, or this game has nice graphics, or this game is fun to play. Not just that. You can also see a lot of things in the lore, to read about things, find out more and stuff. It was my timer, it was 19 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut at this point because I cannot upload large videos to YouTube. And thank you very much for joining, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the commentary, go ahead, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. I hope to see you really soon. Stay tuned for more coverage about Skyrim, and bye bye.